One of the easiest ways to distinguish a great coach from a bad one is whether or not they follow a structured process. If you've previously hired a coach or consultant, I can almost guarantee you've sat down at a meeting with the coach and they've asked the question, "What can I help you with today?" If that is how your coaching sessions start, get out of there fast. It's not your job to know what you need to work on. That's why you hired a coach in the first place. You need someone who can help you see better than what you can see. You need someone who can see your blind spots. You need someone who already knows what's around the next corner for you. But all too often, coaches wing it. Now, it's not malicious. They may have to spend all of their time marketing and selling, which leaves little to no time for preparation. They may be successful in their own right, and they might over-rely on their own personal experience and charisma to carry things forward. No matter what the reason is, the result is the same. It's blah. Most coaches will have some great nuggets of wisdom. You may even like them personally, but showing up once a week or once a month to hear someone make it up as they go is no good. Where it gets scary is when you consider that made-up advice could actually be the opposite of what you need to do. There's no actual proof that it's going to work, and most often, unfortunately, it doesn't. That's exactly what happened to Eric. He was the CEO of a rapidly growing company in Atlanta, Georgia. And as his company grew from 5 staff to 15 to 50 with no signs of slowing, Eric realized he had a very big problem on his hands. He wasn't keeping up. Knowing that he needed help, he asked friends for recommendations for a coach, and eventually he found one that he really liked. The first couple of sessions were great. It's wonderful having someone outside of the business with whom Eric could talk. It was wonderful to be with another high-level leader. But by the third session, the relationship started to get heavy. Eric had to set the agenda every single time, and as they went on, the coach started conflicting with his very own advice that he had provided before. He would say, go this way. And then the next time he'd come back and he'd say, go the other way. And frustrated, but just not knowing what to do, Eric just quit attending the coaching sessions and he ended the relationship. Now, the real tragedy of that experience, what breaks my heart, is that it confirmed everything that Eric had against coaching. Coaching doesn't work. Coaches don't know what they're talking about. They're just has-beens who can't keep up anymore. And what it did was it made him feel more trapped than ever. He couldn't figure out how to lead better, and he felt like there was no one out there who could help him either. It took me a very long time to convince him to let me help, but ultimately I was able to show him the proven methodology that we use to help hundreds of companies solve the exact same problems that Eric was experiencing. Now, as we walked, step by step through the program, things started changing for him and for his company. The process gave him confidence to change what needed to be changed without also changing what was true and authentic about his company and its values. It helped him to identify and solve problems he didn't even know he was experiencing. And today, he is a much better leader, and he attributes much of that success to the structured process that we worked through together. Now, when you're selecting a coach or consultant, you must be sure that they use a structured, proven process that works in the real world. Too much is on the line to entrust your business with a coach who's just winging it. And with that, there's only one more mistake to avoid, and it's a big one. So stay tuned for the next video.